This is Cornbread's review. Hey, this is Cornbread's review. This is Cornbread's review. Talk about the hottest movies, old and new. Cinema breakdown, grasping the truth. No acting, I leave that for the cast and the crew. They capture the cool, not theatrical rules. So you better be direct or you have to produce something to break in like last minute news and keep quiet when the real going Matt and they rules. Woo.
Yo, welcome back for another episode of Cornbread Movie Review. Hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in every week with me, messing with me. Come on, man. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel ASAP. Let's go. Do it now. And share it too, bro. Like, I guarantee you got a brother, sister, grandma, mom, dad, whoever who ain't seen Cornbread Movie Review. So make sure today, just do that for me. Can you just do one solid? Please, you know, I'll owe you if you do something for me, man. Hey, just share it with one person today. That's it. Just say, hey, check out this review. Tell me what you think. You follow him. You know, he be cooking up every week, man. So, you know, I love it. But to the viewers, I appreciate y'all, all the subscribers. Thank y'all so much. If you're new to the channel, understand I do each movie review in 5 different categories, all right? Acting, cinematography, storytelling. Then I get what I bought. This is a must-see. And I also give y'all forgotten movies, man. So today, we are going to discuss a movie, highly anticipated for me at least. I want to see what this movie was when I saw the trailer. And so today, ladies and gentlemen, that movie is Knock at the Cabin. Knock at the Cabin, ladies and gentlemen, is out now. It's in theaters. It's rated R. The trailer kind of gives the movie away, but you have to watch the movie to understand kind of why they're doing certain things. And you know, trust me, I got you in these categories, so don't worry about that. So first category, let's talk about acting, man. Who is in this movie? You got David Bautista. David Bautista, he's everywhere, man. He's doing different things. Obviously with Guardians of the Galaxy and things like that. But I think this gives him a softer side, right? This dude is Cock Diesel from wrestling. Like, he's big. But in this movie, he plays a 3rd grade teacher. Very, very nurturing, very caring. The problem is he's also detail oriented and mission oriented, I would say. He has to complete this mission. And we'll get into some of what that mission is, but he has to complete it. Right? Like, he doesn't want to hurt you, but he has to hurt you but he might have to stop you because he has to complete this, right? He understands that this mission could save the universe, could save the world. So he needs your help, all right? I like this character. I like how he's doing it. There's more, like I said, the softer side of him. So it really challenged he doesn't have to be the macho man in this movie. So I really like that little twist for his character and how he got casted in this. Also in this movie, Kristen Q. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. I'm sorry, I don't know, but she's the little female in this movie. I loved her, man. She was funny, singing songs. She was smart. She understood a lot of things. We'll get into her parent situation, but I want to see more from her in more movies, man. I think she has a chance. It's great to see characters being new and then they catch your eye like that. So she did as well. The totality of the acting was, I would say, pretty good. A lot of these actors are either C-list or newbies to me. I haven't seen them in that many movies before. So I think they played their roles pretty well. You have, a lot of them had to be scared. Some of them had to be brave at certain times, and then some of them had to make tough decisions. So at a drop of a dime, they did that. At the drop of a dime, they had to switch like this. So I don't have anything to compare their old acting to on how they did. So this is fresh eyes looking at them. I think as a collective unit was pretty solid. So for me, overall, acting is going to get a 3.5 out of 5. And that's the totality of the actors. I think they did a solid job in this movie. But it could have been because of certain storylines and things like that kind of puts them in the box, but we'll get into that. So 3.5 out of 5 for acting. Next category, cinematography. So this movie was $20 million. M. Night Shyamalan usually has, pretty decent budget. I think he has respect in the movie realm now. So he gets. It's not like his movies are $2 or $3 million budget, right? He ain't got the $200 million budget, but 20's pretty respectable. The movie's also an hour and 30 minutes. I'll get into the hour and 30 minutes if I think that was enough time, if I needed more time in the storytelling part. So, in this category, I look at, let's say, creativity. I look at what's your different locations. I look at what's your soundtrack like. I look at obviously with the budget and how, let's say, can I tell that you got stunt doubles when you're doing certain things, right? You have the flawless transitions. How do they look? So all that bundles up into this category. There was damn near one location for this movie, which for the movie is called Knock at the Cabin. Yes, it's only it might only be one location, but how did they utilize that location? Did they go outside? Did they go inside? Did the shit get burnt down? Did he, doing certain things? And I would say they completed that mission on the one location, but it's just very tough to make the best out of a situation when you are in one location. With that being said, the death scenes, graphic, man. They were good. They were good. I like the death scenes. Some of them, I'm not gonna say they were creative because they kind of did the same. It became repetitive on what they had to do, but you get to see them. Things get real in this movie. Like I said, it's rated R, so you get to see what's going on. One of the parts that kind of became, I'm not gonna say cheesy because that's not the right word. One of the parts that became like we've seen this before, right? It's repetitive of when they had earthquakes, when they had monsoons, when they had the certain plagues and things like that. It's kind of like they just used internet footage and just placed it in the movie, right? Because you have to kind of make it look like things are going on. But you can still show us how that happened or what happens when that monsoon comes and then it wipes out people. And you could dive more into those little sub scenes to get to the bigger picture. And I felt like those were, hey, this monsoon's gonna happen, or tsunami's gonna happen, and then it shows the tsunami. Then all right, we cut back to the cabin now. I think they could have took a deeper dive into those certain locations to get your mind and your vision off of the cabin to, okay, this is gonna happen, and it's affected because of the cabin. So for me, cinematography is gonna get a 3 out of 5. I really didn't want to rate it that low, but once again, like I said, I'm like, all right, where are we going with this? Because now it's only one cabin. It's a couple action scenes, but it's a lot of talking. The action scenes was real, but then we just got to it. So I didn't feel like they were creative, changed the cinematography, cinematic landscape of how filming's made. So 3 out of 5 for me from Cornbread on that category. All right. Next category, storytelling. This movie gets straight to it. From the opening scene, we already at the cabin. We ain't wasting no time, man. Let's go. Let's get to it. And when the beginning of this movie started, you're kind of like on a roller coaster of not confusion, but on the edge of your seat of what's gonna happen next. How did we get here? What's going on? And so, like I said, at the beginning of the movie, you already at the cabin, and then people show up. They already knocking. What up? What's going on? Which is good. I think they did a good job in giving us some backstory, some subplot, the precursors to how we got here throughout the movie. That helped the totality of the movie, but I wanted to spend more times in that pocket to dig deep into those scenes, right? Like how did that happen or why is that so significant here? I can fill in the blank, but sometimes me filling in the blank might actually hurt what I think about it, right? So I think they need to do a little bit better job of understanding, okay, this is how we got here and how is that connected here. One of the subjects of this movie or underlying subject of this movie were the little girl, like I just stated, was raised by 2 dads, and those are 2 dads who adopted her. And then how their relationship is, number one, and how do people perceive her? I don't even know when this movie happened. Like, I don't know if it's current day, if this is an old movie or what, but if I'm going based on current time, 2023, are gay relationships still being looked at as harshly as it was portrayed in this movie, right? You still have parents. Yes, I'm not discrediting because probably it's still relevant, right? It's still prevalent to today's time, but to me, it feels like it's a little bit more accepted than maybe older times. So when you have a gay married couple and an adopted daughter who looks nothing like them, right? I think she was like Asian or a different race. The parents don't talk to them. When they go to certain clubs and bars, they're getting treated a certain way. It's restraining their relationship, all those other things. So you get all that backstory, and then you put them in this cabin, right, of love. You put them in this cabin, they're on a vacation. Then you have four people show up to this cabin and give them the ultimatum. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything for you because this is in the trailer. Give them the ultimatum. It's three of you guys. One of you guys have to kill the other to save all of humanity. That's the plot of the movie, okay? So I would like to know what y'all gonna do with your loved one, your significant other, and your child. Are you gonna kill one, or are you gonna be the one to sacrifice yourself? I don't know. I'm just telling you. Maybe they did in the movie, maybe they didn't. I don't know. It's up to you to watch it. But they have that ultimatum, and in that, a struggle ensues. Fights ensue, conversations ensue, familiarity of, hey, do I know you? How does that tie into the movie, right? And I really like how, even though it hurt some scenes, but it helped that these four individuals who showed up to the cabin, they kind of felt like they were summoned to do it, right? So it's like they didn't have a plan. They were very unorganized. So I'm watching, I'm like, what kind of robbery, what kind of murders, how does this happen? But when the story unfolds, you realize, okay, they're just the average Joes as well. One key major detail that I'll see is, okay, they took the time to, let's say, slash the tire so that nobody would leave, but you don't take time to search these individuals, to take some keys and do all this other stuff. So they missed out. It's like they had some good details on, on the rewatch, if I watch it, yeah, hey, this might happen, so let's stop that. But then you're not taking some of the major parts to stop that individual from leaving as well. So they missed a couple things on that. If you really need to stop somebody, these are a couple, the checklist that you would do. I also discussed that this was an hour and 30 minutes. I had a couple questions after watching it, so I felt like it was a little too short. They could have dived more into why does the gay narrative of this play a part in the Armageddon part. So they tried to merge them together, but to me, it's like they never connected. So I need a little bit more in-depth conversation, or maybe anybody out there who watched it and I missed the connection, let me know. But they seem like they were two different things, but in this movie they wanted them to be one, so it didn't make sense to me. So overall, storytelling is going to get a 3.5 out of 5. Next category, did I get what I bought? This is a thriller. Like I said, the director usually has like the mysteries until the end, and you figure out kind of why people are doing stuff. So that's really why people go to these, because it's like a thriller mystery all the time. So I would say this movie, going into it, I'm like, I need it to be, edge of your seat. It looks violent. I needed to have some action, and it was that. Like I said, when it was violent, it's violent, straight to it. Certain scenes, it's not gruesome, but it's violent. If you understand the difference, right? It's not like a slasher, like just stabbing somebody, but they do some things that get some people out of here. The movie, the good thing is, it's kind of like you get the answer on who those people are. Should I tell you? I'm not gonna, almost told you, but I'm gonna let you watch it to figure out who those four people are, what they represent. I'm gonna say it's not predictable, which is a good thing, and I'm gonna say it's a nail biter. And it's original. So for those factors, boost up this category, because going into it, I'm thinking, okay, I already know what that's going to happen. I've seen that. You told me the whole movie in the trailer, but there was a couple nuggets that you didn't get unless you watch it. So did I get what I bought? It's also in theaters right now, which to me, it'll probably be on demand, I would say, in a little bit. So for me, did I get what I bought? Regular standard movie ticket. So I'm gonna say a 4 out of 5, man. impressed on I got my money's worth on watching this, right? They didn't lie to me. So next category, is it a must see? So this movie has a lot of biblical, faith-based conversations. If you don't do this, this will happen. If you don't do this, the next thing will happen. Kind of like the rapture or the end of days. Those type of consequences if you don't make these decisions and in a timely manner. You have to do that. Some things I got from this, I guess it would be kind. No matter who you are, just be kind, because you don't know how that's going to play out in the future. Once again, there was a big plot. It's not going to say a twist, but it was something where I said those two things connected in this movie, but I didn't get how they connected, bro. I didn't get it. So as you can see, I'm kind of like, usually there's always something in his type of movies like, all right, I got it. I see where you're going. But for this, they just didn't connect for me. Then I also would like to know, what would you choose, man? Are you going to do it, not going to do it, take over and just see the world burn, or what? So pretty tough. Once again, I think this movie is going to be out pretty soon. I don't think this movie's gonna win any awards. So usually they speed up those movies if the turnover rate of movies is happening and nobody's watching these movies. They put them on digital, right? So for me, I'm gonna say you could kind of wait and watch it. I think when it does come out on streaming platforms, watch it. But it's in theaters currently right now. So for me, is it a must see? I'm gonna say a 3.5 out of 5. I was not mad that I watched it, but these are the type of movies where I'm like, all right, well, in a couple weeks it's gonna be out on streaming. So if you don't feel comfortable going to the movies or paying extra, I will say do that. So that's it overall. Drum roll, please. Knock at the Cabin receives a 3.5 out of 5 from Cornbread Movie Review. Check out my 2023 movies. Like I said, we rolling through this thing, bro. So this is the part of the segment where I give you a forgotten movie. All right, this is a movie that you either forgot about, never heard of, or you definitely need to double back and watch it, bro. I'm telling you, double back and watch it. So I was trying to think of how I could twist and say, hey, could you guess this movie or not? But I came up with this. This movie came out in 2005. It's with Cuba Gooding Jr. So don't cheat. Don't cheat. Just use your brain. Don't cheat. All right? Promise me that. All right. 2005. This is Cuba Gooding Jr. And he plays an assassin. What movie is that? Don't cheat. I gave you the actor and the year, so don't look it up. But tell me if you could guess just off of your memory. He plays an assassin. What movie is it? That movie, ladies and gentlemen, is Shadowboxer. I guarantee you ain't even heard of this movie. You like, what? It don't matter. Hey, check it out. Hey, I don't base nothing off of these classic forgotten movies. To me, I don't base nothing off Rotten Tomatoes. It can get a 2. If I think it's good, it's good. If it get 100 on Rotten Tomatoes, if I feel like it's good, it's good. It don't matter. I don't care. But Shadowboxer, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say it's a thriller action movie. It also has Helen Mirren in it, like I said, with Cuba Gooding Jr. Also, other younger actors at that time in this movie. I think the storytelling was pretty solid in this. There's a little twist too. So for me, check out Shadowboxer. Also check out Knock at the Cabin, and then make sure you like and subscribe. Once again, please share it. I'll be back next week. Holla at your boy.